Welcome to Delta Theory. I'm keeping the stuttering because we're live here at Undernet with a theory that you've probably not actually heard before. Because I found out who the knight is, I know what Ralsei is, and I have a couple more things I want to point out. Alright, you guys ready to get into this? Because I am. One is thinking, it's Carol, it's Des, it's Asgore, it's Papyrus. I don't believe it. I personally think that Asriel is the knight. Come over here. A bit more to the left. Even more. Like, behind a gray chair.
Put this in.
Because first of all, right? Because if you think about it, there's so much evidence for this, and just a few red herrings point towards other people, right? The only evidence against this theory is the whole, he's at college thing, which is why I call this the dropout theory. Now, first of all, they don't have a freedom motif, right? So that does kind of eliminate Des, since Des is currently, stuck somewhere darker than dark according to the unused phone calls. Yeah? And also, they hesitate to abduct Toriel, right? Because of course you'd hesitate to abduct your own mother, I mean. That would make sense. I'd do the same. And they're strong enough to abduct Undyne, right? Which is something that the Deers probably aren't able to do, because take a look at Noel real quick. And all of their family, right? A bit more closer. Take a look at them, yeah? They are scrawny as heck. They are built like a twig, and just like... And plus, even in the, Snowgrave thing, it's shown that their physical stuff is kind of delicate. But now, going further into it, right? Chris is so willing to help with the knight, because, they're their brother. The final battle takes place on the Field of Hopes and Dreams, and get this, they share a double leitmotif with both Omega Flowey and, what was the name? Final Boss Asriel, right? Because with Burn Despair, the song the first plays when they become the Deltarune, the final boss thing, if you just speed it up a bit, you get Black Knife's intro. And that part of the whirr in the song, that's just the Omega Flowey soul warning sound, modified a bit. Yeah. And now let's get into the lightning round. They have a school cross-country shirt with a tear in it. Yeah. They have the same attack here. They're both left-handed. Toby Fox has written this kind of story before. They share a lot of visual similarities. And it even explains why he can curl up into a damn ball, right? Because I don't see any theories about why he can do that. But funnily enough, Toriel says that he made Yoshi in Smash Brothers. And funny thing about that is Yoshi can do the same thing, but then he got bullied for it, and he changed his main to the Sword Magician. He looks like a damn Sword Magician. And Birdly... Hey, look at the camera, Painter. Yeah, okay. And Birdly shows that your Dark World appearance does affect how you look in Smash Bros. Actually, no. Kirby, get over here. You actually do fit, oddly enough. Oddly enough, your Smash Brothers main does actually show what you look like in the Dark World, thanks to, you-know-who, Birdly. Get over to the left. Because, this motherfucker is just Star Fox. Look at that. Look at the fit. That's Star Fox. So it's funny. Alright, and with all that, Asriel is the knight. And that's the first part about this. Any questions?
So, wait, didn't Toby Fox play competitive Melee?
Yeah, they did! So that's actually even more evidence to prove that. Yeah.
Oh, all of y'all.
This is why I do Q&A.
Is that Kirby? Okay.
Yes, it is. It's a theory. A game theory. But anyway, anyone else have any questions? For this part?
Everybody, oh my god.
No? Cut! Oh, we're live? Okay. Now that you guys know that, Chris... No. Now you guys know that the knight is Asriel, I think we have someone to tackle now. We need to know what the heck is going on with Ralsei here. You're hiding very clearly under the desk. And... That was my donut, you bastard.
Not even... You're
anyway.
Me under there for out.
Don't worry about that. Anyway, Ralsei is an unforgettable memory. Yeah? Because, let's look at the evidence here, right? First of all, if we take the song Don't Forget, right? Let's think of the parallels here. when the light is running low and the shadows start to grow, and the places that you know seem like fantasy, right? When you're in a dark world and whatnot, there's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold. Because look how many different light spells they have. That's a lot of different light spells. Although that part could actually be referring to Chris and their light magic out to get at the end, but well, I'm not getting into that just now. Anyway, with the truth, because they have the truth of the prophecy, I did not put it on the board because I'm stupid. The promise in our hearts, because they wouldn't want to keep him around, right? Because the TV shows they don't like him, but they stick around anyway because you know they're the promise in our hearts. Don't forget, well, because they're a memory. I'm with you in the dark, because they're in every dark world, and they never appear in our inventory, right? Because Spamton here shows us that when you're in inventory, you have to appear like that. Or the other ones who are also in the inventory, you know, like Chris, no, not like Lancer, whatnot, yeah. And what also adds to him not quite being, you know, just thinking he deserves a room, is that he's not physical, and, you know, he doesn't think he deserves one, right? And also, darkness based on memories can exist thanks to none other than Gerson Boom. He's old. Because darkness patterned after the memory of a loved one tend to only appear in very specific darknesses.
Do we not have a no? Okay.
Gerson's dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, think of very specific darknesses. Funnily enough, every location where you do a darker world thing. What's the donut that good? Every location where it's a dark world, it also reflects Asriel's Ralsei's personality there, because of the you know, the theming of the thing, right? In the board game room, he was a bit of a nerd ass in that chapter. In the computer labs, he was a bit like the Tunnel of Love scene, right? Oddly weird, kind of goonerish. Oh my goodness, we do have a Gerson. You'll come back soon. He was oddly flirty there, right? So maybe that implies, you know, Ralsei, Asriel was a gooner. That's funny. And
Right.
in chapter 3, they had a very much so gamer let's do this attitude. Can I get some more coffee? Purple. Can I get some more coffee? Thank you. And in chapter 4, they were kind of, yeah. My God, Pippins are everywhere. They're into walls. And in chapter 4, he had a kind of resentful and sorrowful attitude, right? Which is the kind of attitude you'd have in a church when you're repenting and whatnot. Yeah? Now, do we have any questions about that part of the theory? Yes?
Your Honor, nuh-uh.
What do you mean, nuh-uh?
So, you remember how Asriel looked at the end of Undertale?
Yeah?
You know, with like
what?
the green shirt.
What?
The green shirt, the same one that Chris would in Deltarune. And that version of Asriel is a child, so don't mind if I do it.
Through there.
Hey, wait!
What the hell?
Just
oh,
get
wait.
into it. So yeah, that version of Asriel was a kid. So obviously the version of me,
Wait, the
if I'm
shirt.
that shirt, I'm gonna look like a younger version of Asriel. That's why I'm in a
They're
green
not in
poncho.
they're not in the inventory because they're clothing in the pocket. Wait, hold on. The shirt. Wait, yeah, you only have one line, but like that is Asriel's shirt.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Huh.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah,
Okay. Now, let's go on to the third part of the theory, which, quite frankly, this poster is a bit crack shot, it's a bit all over the place, but, you know, this is what I have. And I want to point out some very interesting things right now. First of all, the prophecy of Undertale, yeah? No, of Deltarune, said it was a legend of hope, a legend of dreams, and it was a legend of light, a legend of dark. I'm pretty sure that we have quite a few connections to Ralsei and hope, and it's not too far for us to get a connection with night and dreams. So, you know, to have a dark in return to light and a light in return to dark makes a bit of sense. Plus, you can't base something off of nothing in a dark world. Everything needs to come from something. Where the hell did my coffee go? Get out of here. Get out. Anyway, let's talk about Gerson Boom.
Hey!
You didn't say the line.
Oh, fuck. Fuck! I'm old!
Oh, fuck, okay, we take it.
Fuck it, that's funny. We'll keep that in.
You gotta retake it.
High five. High
He
five.
just gets erased
Let's
from
go.
existence because he didn't say his line.
I do actually need to do that. I really know.
No, that's perfect. We're not doing a redo. That's perfect.
Bone!
Now, Gerson, isn't it funny how literally in... Damn it. Now, Gerson, isn't it funny how in Undertale, you actually talked about the Deltarune specifically? Like, word for word, bar for bar. Well, not quite word for word.
I did.
Yes, you did. You might have forgotten from your old age, but you say, that's the Deltarune, the emblem from our kingdom. Most people say it's the angel from the prophecy. Legend has it, an angel who's seen the service will descend from above and bring us freedom. Lately, people have been taking a bleaker outlook, calling that winged creature an angel of death, a harbinger of destruction, waiting to free us from this mortal realm. Now, then after that, you kind of think it's a bunch of malarkey, but still, you say that. Yeah?
Oh, I guess I did.
Who the f*** is the music?
Turn that off!
Now, anyway, let's talk about what Gerson mentioned, right? The angel, right? You know, light return to dark, dark return to light. Yeah? In the prophecy, it's mentioned about the angel banished will finally meet with his desire. It's kind of funny how they don't even show the appearance of the angel, maybe spoilers and stuff, and how looking at it makes you feel strange and how you don't want to investigate it further. Maybe Chris is the one stopping you from doing that. That's funny. And it makes sense for these two to possibly be the two interpretations of the angel, especially since one of them, her names, literally means the angel. Now, oh damn it, our knight went AFK. But now, let's actually talk about something, because, you know, it makes sense for, us to be angel now. But let's talk about something here, something that everyone seems to overlook, because, Undertale fans can't read. The knight's here in the prophecy. You are in the prophecy when, no, not the prophecy, Ralsei's explanation in chapter 2. Can you duck down a bit so we can see you, please? You're freakishly tall. A bit more. Thank you. Now, right here, we see the depictions of the Titans with 3 Titans, and one of them is pretty clearly you. And in that same part of that, it mentions that that with the Lightners that happen after the Roaring happens, right? Leaving the Lightners to fend for themselves, lost eternally in an endless night, with a picture of a anonymous girl. Fucking Des. Asriel and Des probably messed around a bunch with the Dark World stuff, which is why Night is so damn strong, right? Because they've been in Dark World already. And, they f***ed around and they found out. So, that's pretty funny. Anyway, now another thing about you is that you're kind of Gaster coded. Get out of the way, because it's a bit weird. You might not like how I'm talking about you. Anyway, let's talk about Gaster, because Gaster is clearly doing something here, right? First of all, every word... Well, no. First of all, Gaster, right? Gast. It's a verb to be used with objects, which means to terrify or to frighten. Yeah? And Dr. W.D. Gaster, Deltarune winged in Gaster, because every interpretation of the word Delta and Rune relates to Gaster in some damn way. With river deltas branching timelines, branching paths, the delta symbol in Greek literally meaning door, it's a code word for radios and stuff, and darkness and the difference between 2 values. Don't even get me started on that. Do you have any idea how many Gaster correlations there could be with that? And with the rune, it is a letter of an ancient Greek alphabet, or literally meaning secret or mystery. Gaster's here somewhere. And don't worry about the rest of the theory. It's kind of crackshot about how Undertale is a bad ending of Deltarune, but that's kind of pretty. So yeah, Gaster is probably going to be a Darkener related to fear. Now, for the final part of a theory, you ask me, theories are best when there's multiple minds working on it. That doesn't affect for anything in life, Best things are not done by one person. So here I present you the theory crafting table. It's totally not just because I have a bunch of loose parts of theories and things I would notice that I don't know how to connect to anything. Yeah, it's not that at all. First of all, I want to mention about ERAM, right? Now you see, ERAM, I don't know why everyone's calling you that. Maybe it's because you're short as heck and you were rammed. But I'm pretty sure your name is actually Nightmare, because you flip it around, you get Mare. And it's pretty easy to just add night to that. Yeah? And I wanted to point out something that you specifically say. There, that's what I wanted to see. Flickering red, the pretty little flames, your eyes can't hide it, Chris. Without play, the knife grows dull. Enough of that, we both have work to do. They both have work to do and stuff, right? But that's not the part I want to talk about. Knife grows dull, play. You know who does that stuff? Chaos! Let's get over here, you what? Reggie? Hi.
Jevil!
Hi. We're not having any tectonic things happening, and I'm not going to explain it to you. Sorry, you're getting kicked. No offense. Yeah, I'm not a good person. Anyway, Jevil, right? You know, the knife grows dull. And... I'm so sorry. Now, Jevil, right? With about the knife grows dull and how they talk about play, it's kind of funny how, you know, you are always talking about, you know, how you want to play and stuff, and also how you want to make the devil, you kind of damn devil's knife. Devil knife. That makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, you see, you even did it just now. And I want to point out your dialogue as well, right? Unfortunately, you kids cannot have such a pleasant dream. From now on, a nightmare will awaken in your hearts in the shadow of the night's hand. The hand of the night is drifting forwards, soon the queen will turn, and hell's roar bubbles from the depths. About...
Is this the part where I'm in the theory?
You're not even in frame, no.
I'm not even in frame.
Anyway, on to the rest of this part, right? Now a different topic, other than Jevil, even though I have more to say about him. It's just something I forgot to mention at the start, right? Also, both of you, get out of the way unless you want me to get Gerson again. Move. Anyway,
Wait, hold on.
right here in the...
Am I in the theory in this part?
Fucking get out of the way or I will get... Do you want to be boomed? Do you want to hammer justice? Anyway, when Ralsei is explaining the fountains, they actually do 3 separate fountains in that thing, and 3 different titans. Think about this. If the knight was able to just, you know, cause the roaring if he wanted to, wouldn't you just go stab, stab? So now, my theory about that is that 3 different lighteners are required to make every layer of the, you know, Dark World. Yeah. And another thing is that the knight looks basically exactly like a titan. And why are there 3 titans? I had a thought that, you know, it could be Asriel, Asgore when they're abducted, and, you know, Undyne. How did I forget the lesbian fish's name? And also, why can lighteners be controlled by darkeners? That's narrowly speaking, that's an interesting point to actually include, you know?
Now?
No.
Darn. Well, see you losers later.
Anyway, like, there's also another random point, is that there's a lot of connections to angels and devils all throughout Deltarune, right? You know, the tale of the devil, this stuff, right? So, and frick it, we'll talk about Spamton now, because interesting things about Spamton, right? You know, everyone's favorite cracked out salesman. Whoever's down there, shut up, we're recording!
Oh my god, have some manners.
Thank you. No,
Yes, come on.
I mean,
Public
to be
peace.
fair,
we've been doing this shit for too long, okay? Well, you will get vote kicked. Genuinely.
Poor Clay.
You're taking too long.
I know we're taking too long! Anyway, let's quote what we say here, right? When you, my friend, are talking about the night, you say, speaking of communion, Chris, did you know that the night... No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Too many extra vacation days? Take your goddamn vacation straight to hell. Why did you say, you know, that second part in lowercase in a different voice? And how come after you finish that line of dialogue, you change it to be about friends? Friend inside me. I want to cut that out. Anyway, but one more thing I could point out with you, right, is when you're asked about fear, what are you afraid of? According to Encyclopedia of Being Afraid, there's nothing to fear except... Can anyone hear me? No? What? No, I didn't hear anything just now. But it sounded like it was talking to you. How? Why do you change your voice there, Spamton? Why do you think you do that?
Why would I know? I didn't say anything.
Guys like a girl boss. Alright, now, out of the way now. Anyway, okay. Anyway, now this part of the theory is still just very loosely strung stuff. Because again, I want you guys to make your own theory. Because right now, I want to mention something about Caddy. Because no one's talking about Caddy, right? But their dialogue exactly, right? Although I think that's wrong, Caddy, but it's close enough. It's VR chat. What you got? You're not on frame, by the way. Get over here. Behind the chair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you are. Because before you said, you know, golden hair, starry eyes. She is the light, laughing in the night. Taught her protection spells, show her occult findings. But lately, she slips into darkness. Chris, you will walk among the dark. Protect her. And then they add they're referring to Susie, but I mean. First of all, I believe the first part, and I don't quite think that's a joke you'd quite write off. Anyway, you also mentioned stuff about this, which I could not find in game because I was tired. Okay, I would just want to get this done, and I want to point out right here, right? At some point, Caddy and Chris studied the occult together. They also tried to summon a demon when they were kids. Caddy also, at some point, taught Noel protection spells and showed the occult findings. Yeah? But about that, right? Demon? They summoned? Demon? Demon? Chapter 1 and 3? About the demons? Chapter 2 and 4? About the characters themselves and world building? Plenty, right? And now, let's get into a bunch of other parts of this that I want to mention as well. You know, why did, like, apparently Chris did art therapy or something. Why is the knight staticky when you beat them? Their katana actually does chip, which is what some katanas do, although that could still be a red herring thing. The opposite of a white dog is a black cat, like our friend is. We can't find anyone's siblings. We only got to meet the knight after Des and Carol introduced, because, you know, they needed to have a double red herring. The chapter 6 location would probably be in the gallery just mentioned prophecy. The prophecy, and also the prophecy shows that it itself will be broken. The structure of this video and the pacing of it has been absolutely wild as hell. So you know what? Let's just nuke it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Queen Show.
What the fuck are you? Get out! Get out! Anyway, where was I? Now, as I was saying, best theories happen when there are collaboration between multiple people, right? So now, this is a public VR chat lobby, which you might be able to tell from the damn audio down there. So, let's ask some of the people in the crowd what they think about this theory, and some of their own theories. So, raise your hand. Yes, please?
Yeah, woo! I had something that I thought of about this. The staticky knight behavior. So, I remember as a kid, whenever I close my eyes, sometimes I see static cover my eyes.
Oh.
There might be something to do with this. That's
Night,
just my
static,
personal thought.
dreams? Maybe. Huh.
Probably just representing that it's a dark character. Static is something with dark. That kind of thing I just
Good
thought
point.
of.
Thank you. Any other? Now, next question? Yes, Chris? Or, I mean, Ralsei?
Static is what I see when I stand up. It's probably because I have low iron deficiency.
Right. Okay, next question. Next question. Oh, yeah, Spamton?
Hello everyone, it's me.
You did not point at you! Spamton?
I have something to say about Spamton's text, like
Yeah?
texting. A lot of people think it's ads, but in chapter 3, Tenna's picture text.
Yeah,
it might be the
yeah, hyperlinks that don't work. I've heard that before, but it's
Yeah,
not quite related to
it's-
theory, but still
yeah,
interesting.
It might be it might be like missing PNG names.
Yeah, and I've also heard
some
that the
pe-
peep is makes the devil's tail, but meh. Thank you, though. Sorry I'm brushing you off. Next question.
That's okay.
Yes, Knight. Knight?
Now, this isn't really a question, but can we please get these Burnley out of here?
Should have said hey and ripped ass.
No.
Gerson? Kick their...
He stole my fucking
ball.
food!
Gerson, crush Burley's balls. Alright, now, any more questions? Yes! Oh, no.
Hello, it's
No,
me,
no,
Queen.
no, 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 no,
The joke is phony.
No.
Okay, I'm going.
no.
Anyways, check out the Queen Show only
very
on
good
the 7 at
You
7
have
p.m.
a fucking show! Alright,
I'm not the only
last
one who
question.
saw the pirate.
Dana, you have a question?
Very
Yes! I have a question for this delightful show. What are you doing in my recording booth?
Scatter.
Don't forget to watch TV Time, folks. The only #1 show where you can
Okay, we're rolling? Okay. But hey, that's just a theory. A Deltarune theory! Thanks for listening.
They can pet his melee.
Ralsei, because Chris doesn't like Ralsei that much, they wouldn't be really, like, meaning to keep them around because they go against their plans and whatnot, and they work with the soul and not himself. But
Someone
one moment.
shut
Who the
that
fuck
up!
has music?
Someone shut that up! Who's doing that?
Oh wait, frick. Oh, fuck, I just realized in the stream. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to redo that part again. Alice,
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game.
I think we do Senna and Queen Bit, because, when I am, that part of the third part that you mentioned, again, it's like, is this where Alex is the series? No. That'd be funny, yeah. Yeah, that'd be funny.
I love you, Queen!
Stop making conspiracy theories right now.
Hey, that's not my thing.
We're leaving that in. That's good.
It was a really fun.
Alright,
So good.
Everyone okay with that?
Absolutely amazing.
I would love to see it whenever. I would love to see the actual.